Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Lauren if you're new here. If you're not new, you might have just seen me wrap up my last project pan. And I tend to do my project pans in kind of 6-month time frames because I get too antsy if I attempt anything longer than 6 months. But what I decided is I wanted my next project pan to be a little different than the ones that I've done previously, because previously, what I've really focused on is trying a ton of products that are in my collection that I just really didn't know how I felt about them, you know? So the focus was less on panning any of the products, and it was really more on getting to know the products and to really see if they have a space in my collection. And after the last project pan that I did, I really wanted to switch it up a little bit because I was just getting a little bit, bored is not the right word, but you know, restless. I have a very, very large makeup collection. I want to be able to use more items, and I felt weirdly bound to all of the items in my project pan. Like, I really was focused on them so much that I just missed some of my other makeup. So I decided to do things slightly different, not super different, but a little bit different in this iteration of my project pan. Again, we are going to be doing it for 6 months. I have picked some products that I want to use, but right off the bat, I can tell you there are less products than what I typically use in my project pan. And that is mainly because I want to do things a little bit different. Yes, there are some products in here that I have put in my project pan because I really want to test them out more. I really want to get a better understanding of how they work. But there are also products in here that I legitimately want to pan. Like, I want to go through some of these products. And there's not too many of those just because it's really hard to finish certain products, right? Like, I don't think I will ever go through an entire blush. I can hope, but it probably is not going to happen. But some of these products, I think there's a possibility that I can finish them. So let's just start off by going through what I've picked out, and I can tell you if it's something that I am just trying to get a better understanding, a better feel for, or if it's something I'm legitimately trying to pan. First off, let's start with face primers. I love my primers. They tend to be the only thing in my makeup collection that I go through pretty regularly. I actually finish makeup primers, but we've got 2 in this project pan. The first one is from Moira. This is the Dream Canvas Vitamin Primer Balm. Now, I've used some primer balms in the past, kind of to mixed results. I don't love it, I don't hate it, but I haven't used this one, so I wasn't sure exactly how I felt about it. I'm kind of thinking this might be a dupe for the Tatcha, which is a balm product that I did like quite a bit. So we're gonna find out about this one. This is not one that I will probably pan, but maybe we'll see. The next primer that I'm adding in my project pan, this one I want to finish. I really do. And this is Dior. So this is the Forever Glow Veil. As you can see, we've got a dip there. It would be fantastic if I can finish this over the next 6 months. And I think I can because, well, one, I really love this product. It's a fantastic primer. I can pretty much use it under anything and be happy, but it adds a little bit of luminosity that's just really pretty on your face. I think I can finish it, but I've had this product for, has it been a year? It might be a year. Whenever it launched, I bought it right away, and I haven't finished it, and I love it so much, and I just really want to get my money's worth out of this particular product. So that's why this one is in the project pan. Next up, for foundations, we have 2 foundations. We've got one from Makeup by Mario. This is the Surreal Skin in the color 2N. By the way, you probably noticed that everything has a yellow piece of tape on it. That's so I can keep track of any of the items in my project pan in case I use them, you know, with other products outside my project pan, which I often do, just so I can, you know, keep track of them. They get lost sometimes. But this guy is in my collection because I have no idea how I feel about this. Makeup by Mario is an interesting brand. It's definitely a brand where the hit rate is pretty inconsistent for me. Some things are amazing. Like, I have a couple of their bronzers and they are fantastic. Blushes are really good too. I didn't like the concealer. I did not like the concealer. There are just some products that did not work. And I'm not sure how I feel about this one. So it's in my project pan, definitely for testing, definitely so I can really speak to it and really decide that, do I want it in my collection? I don't know. And then we have Hourglass. This is the Ambient Soft Glow Foundation. Mine is in the color 3. And this I have been trying to pan, I swear, for the past year. And I don't even think I'm close. There's got to be at least half the bottle left. But I decided it was time to get serious, and I just want to finish this product. Now, this product, I have a pretty good idea of how I feel about it. It's a little bit dry for me. I do like the amount of coverage, but I have to be really careful when I go in with it because, whew, going with too much, it does not look good. It also oxidizes a tiny bit, so it can turn a little bit yellow on my face, especially if I use too much. So again, less is more with this product, which I keep having to remind myself of. I want to finish it. I really do. This is another really expensive product. I want to get my money's worth. Concealers, the first up, this is one of my favorite concealers. This is from Bobbi Brown, and this is the Skin Full Cover Concealer in the color Ivory. Now, you can't see it because I had it on its side, but it's about half empty. And I don't remember the last time I finished a concealer, and I want it to be with this product because it's a really, really good concealer. So this one, we were aiming to finish. Then I have one from Givenchy, and this is the Skin Caring Corrector in green. I'm always a little unsure how to properly use color correctors because sometimes I feel like when I apply them, they disappear. So I want to work more with this product to see if it actually does what it says, if I can help correct the red that's in my face. Typically it's around my T-zone, so you're gonna see red on my nose, on my chin, kind of right here. That's where I need color correcting the most. So I just wanna figure out how to use this. I really do. It's Givenchy, another expensive product, and it's been in my collection for long enough for that I was considering decluttering it, and I was like, no, I need to really put in the effort to figure this product out if possible. So that's what this is for. 2 setting powders, 2. The first one, we have another one from Givenchy. This is the Prism Libre Travel setting powder, and it is in Mousseline Pastel. This I've had for a while. I love it. It is a fantastic setting powder, and I hate the packaging. It's got a built-in poof there. Loathe the built-in poofs. Basically I use it to kind of like put it on my face, and then I use a brush to kind of clean it up. But it's not my favorite way to apply product. But I hate the poof, and I don't feel like it is completely sanitary, reusing a poof like that, and it's not super easy to clean because the product is right there, right? So I will probably just open it like this going forward and use a poof that way, but this is in my project pan to finish because it's older. And I swear I've used it a bunch, and it doesn't really look like I've used it a bunch, so I want to use it a bunch. The other setting powder, this is from NARS. This is their translucent crystal setting powder. It is just a basic setting powder, but I don't know if I like it. I really don't know if I like it. It's got a bunch of claims. It's supposed to, diffuse your skin, make your skin look great. It also comes with a little poof that we all know I'm not going to use. But it's still in here. I should probably just throw it away. I just find the NARS compact setting powders to be so hard pressed in there that it's hard to pick up. So this is a product that I need to play around with. I want to get more use out of it. I really want to figure it out. So that's why this one's in there. We have two bronzers. We have first the Nabla one. This is the Skin Bronzing Sun-Kissed Effect Bronzing Powder in Ambra. And this one, I know it's warm on me, but I think it works really well in the summer. Now, I talk a lot about how typically when it comes to bronzers, I like something more neutral or cool toned, but I actually pulled this one out, and my first thought was, I think it's time to declutter this. I don't use it. I don't think I like it. It's too warm for what I like. And then I used it, and I was like, I need to put this in my project pan because I'm not quite ready to let it go. I don't know if I love it, but at this moment, at the moment that I was using it, I really liked it. It was warm, but I think it was a really great color for summer, for bringing warmth without looking too orangey. So we're giving this a go. We're gonna be using this one. The other bronzer that I have is from Rare Beauty, and it is in the color Power Boost. And this is in there so we can finish it. I do love this bronzer. I love the Rare Beauty bronzers. They're very soft. They're very easy to blend out. But this one is getting older. It smells fine. And I just want to use it up. I just want to finish more products. I just did a video, oh, you haven't seen it yet. I think it's coming out next week, where I go through all the empties that I used in the past 6 months. There just wasn't enough makeup in there. I want to use up more makeup. I use a ton of skincare, ton of body care. Let's focus on some makeup over the next 6 months. One highlighter, again, you're seeing slightly less products than I've previously had my project pans in order for me to actually be able to finish them. Too many products and you're not gonna be able to finish them, you know? But this is from M Cosmetics. This is their Moonbeam highlighter in Aura. It is their cushion. Oop, it's got a little poof. I actually use this poof. It's a little cushion highlighter. I forgot the name for highlighter twice. And it's fantastic. It's really good. But this is another product that is getting old that I would like to finish. I keep thinking it's on its last legs, and then I go to use it and I'm like, oh, you're still going. You still got product left. And I want to use it up. I want to use it up. It's getting old. And again, I feel like products like this, especially in kind of like a cushiony compact, just aren't as hygienic, you know? Like, I feel like stuff is staying in there. Maybe. But it's a beautiful highlighter. I know how I feel about it. I really do like it. But now it's time to go through it and use it. Different than what you've seen before, because I wanted to give myself a break. One blush, because we all know blush is like the hardest category for me to use. And this one was actually supposed to be in my last project pan, and I forgot about it because it's so tiny. But this is from Chantecaille, and this is in the color Emotion /B. And that's because there's a bee on it, and the bee used to be gold. So these were super cute. They are super cute, but you know, when you first get them, the bee is covered in a gold overlay. You use it a couple times and that gold is gone, which is kind of disappointing. I wish the gold ran all the way through the compact, because then you would have just a really pretty glowy pinky blush. But this is another product. I'm not gonna finish this. Look, I'm not crazy. Even if I use this every single day for 6 months, maybe I could finish it, maybe. But I just wanna use it. I just wanna see how I feel about it. So that is the blush that we have. We have a new item that I haven't included in any of my previous project pans, and that is an eyebrow pencil. Random, I know. But this is actually another product that if you watch my empties, typically within 6 months, I go through 3 eyebrow pencils within those 6 months. So I use them up actually pretty rapidly. Not this one. This one I've had for a while. This is actually another product from Rare Beauty, but this is their Brow Harmony Precision Pencil, and I have mine in the color Rich Taupe. Typically, taupes, soft browns work great for my eyebrows. This looks red for some reason on camera. I don't know why, and it looks a little bit reddish in person. It's actually on my eyebrows now, so I'm not sure how it's appearing on camera. But it typically looks a little bit red and a little bit auburny. And I just thought that was a weird choice for a taupe color. And I don't love it. And I also don't love the formula. It's just a hair too soft. Now, I like my eyebrow pencils to be soft. Like, don't give me any of those hard ones. Those are terrible. But this is like too soft. So I just want to use this up. Again, I spent my money on it. I want to use it up. It's totally possible because I go through eyebrow pencils quite regularly. So we're gonna see. We have a couple palettes, and this is really a big change up from what I've done previously, because I realize using palettes, it's really hard for me to keep the same one in my project pan for 3 months or 6 months. Sometimes I change stuff out at the 3-month mark, but this time I've decided to do a palette a month. So I'm going to be changing palettes out every single month, which means I have 1 month to really go through the palettes that I've chosen. And I'm going to be choosing 1 eyeshadow palette each month, as well as 1 face palette. So for this month, what I've chosen is, because I miss it and I love it so much, I don't pull it out and I think I can hit pan on a few of these colors. But this is from ColourPop. This is the Stone Cold Fox. This is a very neutral palette, which you're probably like, what a weird choice. You love your color. This is a very neutral palette. But I think, especially in the color here, Quarry Days, I am so close to hitting pan. So I would love to be able to hit pan on this product. It's also just a great palette. It is I would say one of ColourPop's best palettes. It's just a great neutral palette. I want to use more lipsticks too, and I just prefer doing a more neutral eye when I'm doing a really bright lipstick. So I think this palette, I'll be able to get a lot of use out of it this month. Base palette that I chose, this is from Moira, and this is the Life's a Picnic palette. This has been in my collection for so long, and it's beautiful. Let me show you. So we've got some bronzers, we've got blushes, we've got highlights in there. I have not touched it. I have not, maybe once before adding it into my project pan, but I could not tell you how anything performs. And I'm like, at this point, I either need to get rid of it because I'm not using it, or I need to use it. So that is why this is in my project pan. So the Life's a Picnic and Stone Cold Fox, these I have a month to get as much usage out of as possible, and then we are switching them out. And I think that will help me just stay more engaged in my project pan. Like, I don't want to resent panning anything. I want to go through this stuff. But sometimes I just get bored, you know? There's one other change that I've decided to do, and that is because there was a product in my last project pan, and it was the Danessa Myricks highlighter balm. I knew pretty quickly that I did not like that product, and it did not work for me, and it messed up my makeup every time I used it. It just did not work for me. So what I've decided to do in honor of that experience is to create a get out of jail free card, and I will get one of those each month, and I don't have to use it. But basically what it's there for is if I absolutely need to swap out a product, I don't need to wait for the 3-month mark. I don't need to wait until 6 months. I can just swap it out. And I really only want to do that when I am 100% sure of how I feel about that product. If it's not working for me whatsoever, or if I just love it to death and there's no way I'm going to pan it, and there's no real reason why it's in my project pan. Again, like, half of these products I really am retesting so that I get a better idea of how I feel about them. Or in some case, like the Life's a Picnic, actually using. This is all stuff I've spent my money on. I want to get my money's worth out of it. So those are the changes that we are doing to this iteration of my project pan. Nothing too huge or mega, but I feel like this will really help me stay engaged more and to hopefully finish some products. That's definitely a big goal for me with this project pan. I want to finish some products. So we will see how it goes. I'm excited to keep updating you every month on how my project pan goes. If you've seen any of my previous ones, you know that I keep track on an Excel spreadsheet of how many uses each product gets. So I will tell you each month how many times I actually used all these products. So hopefully you see some big numbers, especially for the products that I am trying to finish. And yeah, I'm excited to get started. So thank you for joining me. If you do want to follow me along on my project pans, please be sure to subscribe and like. That would mean the world to me as we grow my little channel together. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye!